Dude, Anthony, I'm gonna tell you a story they called Beneath the Sunless Sky. The howling wind awoke him as he passed through the trees. The wind was strong that night. The air was cool. Every star was visible in the dark blue sky, and the dew-covered grass reflected the light that the moon cast upon it, glittering. He took his short sword, and he would step down the path through the canal. He sat on the dirt to enjoy the weather until he was alone. He stared at the side, started the water, and the eagle led him before him upon a tree branch over the canal where the eagle slept. He fell asleep as he slowly fell over. Walking before he hit the ground, he descended. It was glorious and beautiful beneath the sunless sky. The night was brilliant if only the moon gave it light. When the sun activity, great foxes, the voices of men, and his adrenaline led him behind the bamboo shoe that guarded all the trees. This story boring. All that remained where he stood was a hope where he wasn't even seen. He grasped his soul. The voices of, to show them he would have moved, to show them he was there, but before he was ready for confrontation, they was gone. Voices in the distance. Still, he was to be on the trail. He was to enter the woods onto the path, expecting that people tread them all. He stayed behind the shoes where he slept. When the smell is when the sun met the horizon the house was falling apart. Weak spots were reinforced with bamboo where he gathered from along the woods. He returned to his wife's long after she didn't exceed. He usually arrived soon after the first sign of sunlight. She was awake at the table drinking the tea made from the herb, including ginseng and mint. She experimented with herbal concoction in the hopes of being cured. Happy woman. And then Shemp would have to seek a job, probably involving construction, or he was not far from a 50-year-old man. He barely impressed with him, but gray mustache that grew past his chin, and eyebrows that nearly over his eyes as they was wrinkled and thin. But when it was necessary, he would play the process trying to save him. She portrayed a happy woman, but she saw his doing. He knew he would have to find and employ his destined city through. He could stand people regretted coming to where disputed conditional country. That meant they spent all morning together, either in the kitchen or in the garden, only speaking with their expressions. Shemp smiled, trying to give her The next day he would leave, after leaving his house and roaming the city for a week, he was jobless. Then he knew he didn't belong by the Hispanic man. He was sleeping or something. I don't know, man. Oh. Returning to the canal like the other night, 1 week ago, there was a fire on the trail. Behind, he backed up to the woods in case there was a fire. They excused themselves for having started. They were overjoyed by his hospital. They returned. Shemp walked until morning, finding his way back home by the following landmark. He was very tired now. He was very delirious. He was just across the highway from his destination, the woods. He saw his path to the place where his wife waited for him, and he was excited to show his last words and whispered across the regards of joy received. Wife, throat, pride, death, encounter in the house, head fallen, stomach, died, pneumonia. Man, that's a beautiful story.